to 103.9 WSOS. This is Kathy jumping in because I'm so excited, and I want to introduce you to a couple of gentlemen who have popped in with a great crew of young people and their folks, and I'm turning it over to the Jam-Ology radio show with 3D Mike and with Mike C. Please, gentlemen, let us know what's going on in your world.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever Jam-Ology Radio Hour. How exciting. My name is Mike Sabga of Villages of Siloy, also known as 3D Mike. And I'm here today with my good friend Mike Saliers of Jam-Ology here in St. Augustine. And during the next 60 minutes, we're going to share with you, which are our Jam-Ology audience, the exciting world of music production, songwriting, composing, performance, video production, and more, and how you can do it right here in St. Augustine. You don't have to go to Orlando, you don't have to go to Jacksonville, it's all right here for you. But above all, we're going to take you on a journey of becoming a musical star, of acquiring the necessary skills, of overcoming the obstacles, and finally becoming the star that you always wanted to become.
Yes, Mike, regardless of your level of musical skill or your age, whether you're a complete beginner or you're an advanced musician and singer, we love to take you to the next level. We will help you to polish your work to the point that you can perform it live in front of an audience or have your work play on this very radio station and at the various shows that we're going to be hosting around St. Augustine. And speaking of this radio show, this was made possible by the gracious sponsorship of the folks at the Villages of Siloy. We are very thankful for the opportunity that's been provided here, and we look forward to bringing the amazing, talented folks that live at the Villages of Siloy to our radio show. Are you right, Mike?
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Listen, I tell you, first of all, I am just super honored to be here with you and to be here on the first Jam-Ology Radio Hour. I want to start by giving a big thank you to the folks here at WSOS 103.9 FM, and that's Kevin, Karen, and Kathy. They are the ones that are making this possible. It's, St. Augustine's local radio station that plays 60s, 70s, 80s music, and this is what I listen to all day. So I'm a huge fan of the radio station as it is, and we're just thrilled to be here, and we thank them for the opportunity. I'll tell you, the story behind all of this is that Villages of Siloy and its builder and developer company, which is called Uniflorida 4, it's kind of a small boutique builder, and we build small communities around St. Johns County. But that company has always taken a lot of pride in the local community. For example, all our subcontractors are local companies, mom and pop operations. I'm talking about like the electricians, the plumbers, the people that put the stucco, the roofing. They're all, local mom and pop companies, and that's what makes our company so good. We invest in the local community, and then we love supporting the local folks. Now, check this out. How did that turn into a radio show? Well, when I came across the amazing work that you're doing with the kids and the adults, Mike, and you guys over at Jam-Ology, I honestly felt moved to support the operation, and then this great idea emerged to put together a show like this. We started with Kevin here during the week. I brought him in for a half an hour. A few of the young ladies came in with us and appeared at the show. We played this song that we just played, which is Summer Bop, which is part of the first summer camp. And it was just a huge success. And then at that point, we were just brainstorming, and we ended up doing this full Jam-Ology hour. And I'm going to start by saying this. If anybody wants to find out a little more about Jam-Ology, and we'll get into it deeper as the show goes by, but I'll start by saying you can call 904-295-3945 or visit the website, which is www.jam-ology.com.
That's it, Mike. I really appreciate the opportunity that you guys have given us, and the whole idea of bringing our local talent on the air, and especially with our local radio station, such as WSOS, is exactly what we were thinking of when we created Jam-Ology here in St. Augustine. We want to give them the platform, which is being in the local venues, being at festivals, and being on the airwaves. So we do audio and we do videos. So the next one is we're hoping to be on television so they can see our fantastically talented young starlets perform their songs.
We got to talk to Kevin about opening like a TV station now, like local. That's what we're missing in St. Augustine, Well, Mike, let's do this really quickly while we're at it. Tell us, what exactly is Jam-Ology? What do you guys do there, and how did the idea come together? All of that good stuff.
Mike, this has been almost 20 years in the making. I've lived on 3 continents, and as you can hear, obviously I'm not a local Floridian. I lived in South Africa, I immigrated, lived in England, and then I met my lovely wife, who was from Florida, and she convinced me that I do prefer shorts and flip-flops as opposed to Wellingtons and, or wellies as we call them, and raincoats and so on. And so it was one of those where we moved to St. Augustine because going forward, St. Augustine is going to become one of the big music, as what Nashville and then Houston, the input, the development, the support towards the arts in St. Augustine is going to be amazing. So my wife and I moved to St. Augustine. We bought a lovely B&B in the downtown historic district of St. Augustine. We've made this our home. And I had told her at the time that if we are going to move anywhere or do anything, it has to be in a vibrant city and a place where there's the heartbeat and the soul. So Jam-Ology, basically, many, many years in the making. In South Africa, I was the international delegate for the World Song Contest, which was affiliated with the Eurovision format, as well as then moving to England, set up a foundation, and that was for young artists and established artists to basically benefit from what we call the social and emotional life skills that you develop by going through playing, performing, interacting, communicating, everything from constructive critical thinking to collaboration to cognitive senses, all of those. So we have 2 words. It's got to be fun. It's got to be exciting. And our youngest kid in England was 7 years old, and our oldest kid was 82 years old. We're all kids in this process, and we primarily take you on this journey. And this journey is writing original songs, performing it live in front of an audience, filming it, branding it, and taking it and putting it out there for everybody to see that which you created. So I always say we've created something that does not exist, and once we put it out there, it's there forever.
That's beautiful. And I know that you always say all levels of experience, all skill levels. I noticed that, for example, obviously we're going to talk a little more about this in depth, but we have, like kids programs and camps. And then there's also for adults, there's this thing called Jam Club. We also have now this Jam-Ology radio hour. And we're going to get, deeper and all of that into that. But right now we're going to go to a little commercial break, if that's okay, Kathy?
Sure, I want us to do that. And am I right that we want to also, in a second, are we going to hear that wonderful song again?
Oh my gosh,
but we'll hear it in its entirety and without us on it this time.
We're going to hear it entirety, and we're going to then have the artist that created that song. They're going to come in here and tell us about it, right?
We are fortunate to have a lot of the young starlets here this evening. They're going to tell you how it all came about, how it originated, and what they managed to accomplish in a very, very short time.
That's really awesome, and I can't wait to hear about that. We're going to do all of that next.
The Villages of Saloy quietly awaits your discovery. Our 55-plus community offers a unique collection of condos and a generous list of amenities, including our 3,000-square-foot clubhouse, nature trails, and a heated swimming pool. Just minutes away are outlet malls, local entertainment, the beach, and the downtown historic district. Discover why we are St. Augustine's true hidden treasure. You've got to see it to believe it. Schedule your own private tour today.
Visit villagesofsaloy.com. That's villagesofsaloy.com.
Wow.
We are listening to the folks from Jam-Ology. Those young people on Summer Bop did such a wonderful job.
That's awesome.
What a beautifully put together song.
Can you believe that? I love that song. It really pumps me up, and I thought, what a great way to start our first show ever that with Summer Bop. And Mike, why don't you introduce us to this young, beautiful lady and tell us everything about the song?
I'm going to invite the audience to listen to the multi-talented, lovely young lady, Maddie. However, she goes by the nickname of Mad Dog.
I'll go by 3D Mike, don't worry. Go for it, sweetie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, Maddie, so if you'd like to tell us, how did the song come about and what is the song about? And just your general experience, because you were part of the first ever summer camp that we hosted here in St. Augustine. And so you basically were the pioneers, and you were the first. There was, when you do it the first time, what do they call you when you do something the first time? Guinea pigs or something?
Yeah, the guinea pigs.
Yeah. you guys were fantastic guinea pigs. So tell us a little bit about the song and your experience.
So, the song was very, energizing. I loved it because, it's summertime and, we need to stop worrying about everything. We just need to let go, be ourselves.
Oh,
and
man, tell me about
Summer
it.
Bop is just a way to listen to music. Whenever I am in my bed tonight listening to music, I go, wait, I'm listening to Summer Bop.
It's a catchy tune, and sometimes oh my goodness, not again. Every time it's it's just got such a good hook, and you guys were so
Yes.
fantastic on that song. And the music video is on YouTube, and it's a great video. You will actually see Mad Dog doing a snorkeling
Act.
Yeah, dance.
Dance and an act. It's called a snorkel dance. She invented it herself.
And,
So, tell us a little bit of what you guys did in the camp. What kind of, during the week, what sort of crazy things that allowed you to come up with a great song like this?
Yeah, so basically, I did not expect this, but we pulled out a piece of paper, and we took a Sharpie, and we just wrote down song ideas, and
Wow.
in 30 minutes, we have a song, and then the next day we split it into parts, ooh, I want to do this part. Ooh, I want to do this part.
Okay.
And then we started learning the chords on everything. So, I did piano, my friends did bass, drums, and it was just really fun. We all got to learn new instruments and how to really be ourselves.
Wow. So did you know how to play instruments before that, or you had an idea, or did you just learn from scratch? How did that work? Because you did it all in 5 days. That's a huge deal.
Yeah, so I take piano lessons.
Okay.
But I never knew this song before, of course, because we all made it up that day. So it was really a learning experience for me, and it was really fun.
Wow.
That's what we loved, is the fact that a lot of times when you're taking lessons, it's very structured, and you've got to play things note perfect and exactly in the way that the original composer created the song. Whereas with this, you are creating the music for the words that you had just created. So that experience is very, very exciting when you see it come to life. And as I said, you guys were very talented, and you guys were the pioneers.
Excellent. That's beautiful. And you also brought your beautiful mom with you, and we would love to hear a little bit of what your experience was as a parent, and what do you think about all this craziness? Why don't you tell us your name and tell us what you think?
My name is Heather. I'm Madeline's mom. She loves music, and Jam-Ology strengthened her love for music, and she learned a lot as well. So I enjoy watching her grow as a musician.
Beautiful.
That's beautiful. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get impressed, when a parent supports a kid in the things that they love and what they do, there's just nothing like it. I mean, my dad always thought that, you got to get a career of something, back in those days, right? Like be an accountant, be something like that. But I love when parents he was right though. I had to do something good
Sure.
out of my life. But I'm so happy to see how all these parents, and we're going to hear some more today. There's more parents out here, more of the young artists, and that's fabulous that you did that for her. This is really fantastic.
Really appreciate it. And I got to add, Maddie was part of the first week's camp, and then she became part of the second camp,
Woo!
as well as the third camp.
Oh gosh.
So she's in 3 bands. So you're going to hear her performing on 3 different songs
Oh, man.
that she co-wrote and co-performed with the other artists.
That's real cool, real cool. Mike, what do you say, and Kathy, what do you say if we get into the second week, the second camp, where we can play
I have the hardest part
the
queued
hardest
up. Is that what we're
part
going to hear?
by Yellow Skye, and
How
as you
cool.
play that, we're gonna bring the girls in and their parents, and we'll take it from there.
Let's do that. We're here right now on WSOS.
The hardest part of leaving them was broken hearts. We tried to mend. I'll walk away, tears in my eyes, shattered dreams in stormy skies. But still I serve you. But still I serve you. But still I serve you. I'll serve you. Come back to you. One day I'll come back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. One day I'll come back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. One day I'll come back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. One day I'll come back to you. What scares the most is coming home and finding out that you're not there. When choices end, our love will end. I'll look for you until the end, and then I'll serve you, and then I'll serve you. And then I'll serve you, I'll serve you, come back to you. One day I'll come back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. One day I'll come back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. One day I'll come back to you. Ooh, 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 ooh. One day I'll come back to you. Every day is a good day to be our best, to serve and pray. It makes me feel so good inside. It fills our souls with a sense of pride. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to serve you. To serve you. Come back to you. I'll always come back to you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll always come back to you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll always come back to you. Ooh, ooh. I'll always come back to you.
The Villages of Saloy quietly awaits your discovery. Our 55-plus community offers a unique collection of condos and a generous list of amenities, including our 3,000-square-foot clubhouse, nature trails, and a heated swimming pool. Just minutes away are outlet malls, local entertainment, the beach, and the downtown historic district. Discover why we are St. Augustine's true hidden treasure. You've got to see it to believe it. Schedule your own private tour today.
Visit villagesofsaloy.com. That's villagesofsaloy.com.
Woohoo!
Hey everybody, you're listening to 103.9 WSOS. This is Kathy, and boy, the Mikes are here with us as well as their really fantastic students and parents. Mike C., tell us all about what we heard right before the break.
That song was written by some young ladies that when we were brainstorming on what are we going to write about, everybody was sort of, especially in the last few months, you know, our take on things, we can either sort of become very, very serious about things, or we can be thankful and thank those that are helping us through these trying times. And so when we put out the topics for them to decide and discuss, they decided that this is the song and this is the topic that they wanted to record a song and a video to.
I see. So yeah, and it's a very beautiful song, and the piano is so draws one in and just affects one on such a deep level right away when you start to hear it.
Yes.
Yep.
So lovely.
Yes, when I went to the camp that week, I was teaching the singing, and before I started teaching, Mike asked the girls to sing the song to me to see what I thought, and I'm not kidding you. I stood there, and it hit me like a big wave of water out there, with like a hurricane wave, and I just could not contain myself. I had tears running down my eyes, and I was thinking, you guys did this. Listen, that was the second day of the camp. They did not even have a chance to polish it or anything. It was so beautiful. Why don't you guys tell us a little bit about it? What do you think about the camp? What did you guys do?
So we're going to introduce you
First,
to
we're gonna
the very
introduce you.
bubbly Bailey. She is a little rocket ship. Hey, Bailey.
Hi.
Hi.
So what was the song all about, Bailey, and what was your experience during this time?
Well, the song's all about veterinarians, first responders, and all those who serve us.
All the people that have helped us through this very difficult time, even the folks working at Walmart and the Postal Service, everything. You guys put it all down there, big roll of paper, started brainstorming, putting the ideas down, and it was just magical. And what else did you do during the week at the camp?
Well, we learned our chords whenever we were practicing our song. I played the piano with Sophia.
That's great.
Sophia, do you want to step forward a little bit over there and let us tell us about what your experience was and your experience with all these fireworks and everybody, because that camp, there was some really, really interesting little characters.
Yes, even the commercials you did, all that stuff. What happened?
It was really fun, and the commercial was my favorite part.
I know
What is
you
it
love the
that you go-
commercial.
Tell us what you did in your commercial.
So we advertise about growth juice.
Growth juice. And what happened during that advert that you created?
So I was a child, and Bailey was a parent, and so I was there asking her to come and play.
Yeah.
And she said no, and then Caleb was the baby.
And Caleb is our intern. He is
Right,
16 years old, a phenomenal young man. And every day the girls would drag him into being part of their production. And
Oh,
poor,
gosh.
poor Caleb had Soda Pop, as you are known, Sophia, but we call you Soda Pop. And Bailey, you girls tormented the poor chap. And so what happened in the advert?
So then she fell asleep, and I gave him growth juice, which made him grow up.
And when Mom woke up, she was rather surprised to see a 6-foot-tall little baby all of a sudden.
Oh my gosh, grow juice.
That's fun.
Oh man, that's just hilarious.
Yeah. And in the song, what instrument did you play?
The piano
You
with
played
Bailey.
alongside Bailey. You
Yes.
shared the chords on that piano, and you girls were absolute stars on the at the summer camp.
And then there was a graduation too, right? At the end of the camp, you did a video of the song, and then you had a live performance. How did that happen? What do you guys do? Bailey?
So we basically did a graduation where everyone that was in the camp, and mostly every parent, came, and we showed them all the videos that we made from like advertisements to our music video to some commercials.
And interviews as well. I think, did you guys interview each other?
Yes.
And you had some funny moments too as well during those interviewing process?
Yes.
That's great. That's great. And Mom, what did you think about all this? Miss radio expert here.
Oh, no. I
Wait,
wouldn't
sorry,
say that.
Sway, before you chat, I just want to introduce you.
Yes,
we
please
have with
do.
us. Sway is Sophia's mom.
I am my best title, Sophia's mom.
And she's the she has a
Yay.
not-for-profit organization here in St. Augustine that is truly supportive of the arts and the music here in St. Augustine. And we just love you to let the people out there know what it is that you do to support the arts here in St. Augustine.
Of course. So my nonprofit that I founded about 3 years ago is Start Now. And we fund local creatives, musicians, artists, like anybody, poets. If you're in the creative
Wow.
field, we fund you. We teach you how to market yourself. I mean, it's just a all-encompassing package is what we do.
Well, that's why we love that now. Mom has brought Sophia, or Soda Pop, to one of our summer camps. And for us, we just love that, you can have right from 8, 9-year-olds. Oh, actually, yours. Soda Pop, how old are you?
Tell him.
9.
9. Because for a mum, I was
Beautiful
gonna say-
9.
Yeah. Our youngest artist this past camp was 7 years old. And it's just lovely that from a young age they can get into and see exactly what it's all about.
I
And,
agree.
yeah.
I agree.
It's the
a
best
wonderful
thing that
thing.
any parent can do for their kid
Mhm.
is because this year is all about social and emotional life experiences and friendships that are forged, that are there, for always.
Absolutely, and not to mention the tons of studies out there that music increases your brain activity, left and right brain activity. I mean,
Yeah.
all of it.
What I found when I was in England, I did this for a number of years, and we found that the best thing for you when you start getting older is to learn to play an instrument, because
This is
you
true.
have
Yes,
to remember what it was. You've got to physically do it, and then you've got to think about the next chord or the next verse that you've got to sing or perform.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
comprehensive skill you have to learn.
So right from an early age, both the left and right hand side of the brain, it's the best
Exactly.
physical workout that the brain can ever have to be forever young. Our senior program's called Forever Young.
I love that.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Forever young. I love that.
And they'll be here too
Um,
in the show. And eventually, we're going to bring
love
that
that.
talent in here.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of the reason also why I haven't offered this before, but I think this is a great opportunity to offer you guys some things. So I also am the managing editor of a music magazine here in town, Narrow Magazine.
Yeah.
And I really feel like these girls did such an amazing job at writing a song, producing a song, recording a song, vocals,
Filming a song.
instrument, filming it, making a commercial, and then doing a performance. I feel like that was so much work that you girls really should be honored. And I think we should do a write-up and editorial in the music magazine. What do you think?
Most
Man.
definitely.
Oh my
Don't you think that
gosh.
would be pretty cool? I mean, other than my daughter who's rolling her eyes at me right now.
Oh,
She can't
it's
stand it. She's
okay.
like,
Soda
"Mom,
Pop.
Go ahead.
Soda Pop. All it means is you're going to get to do more commercials and more
Right?
fun
What
stuff.
do you think, Bailey?
Sure.
That's the spirit,
Yeah.
baby.
That was a
That's the
resounding
spirit.
confirmation.
Yeah, what do you think? Maybe?
She's thinking. All right.
You see, what we
She's
did-
very smart.
Yeah.
She's analyzing
Oh,
the
gosh. She's
situation
very
right now,
smart.
We
guys.
sort of
I
we
gotta
throw
tell you.
them in the deep end. We let them sort of wade into the water, but then we throw them into the deep end.
Right, we really do, don't we? Sorry, this mic is all over the place.
So
It's
I
all
got
right,
to tell
get
you,
it.
when you're teaching the singing, which is the vocals, like when I do the scales with them, you get to
Correct.
see how smart they really are.
I'm
You think
telling
it's
you,
all
I
about the
know.
voice, but it's all up here too. And boy, this group, it's
Yeah, it's
unbelievable.
a very, very smart group of girls. You know what I mean?
Wow.
But I would love to do that for you. I think it's really important that you guys have the encouragement that you need right now at a great young age, at a time when you can still be inspired and you're not teenagers and totally ignoring us yet. What do you think?
Definitely.
I mean,
no, we
right?
appreciate that, Sway. That'd be fantastic.
Of course,
we
of
love it.
course.
Incredible. Thank you,
These
Sway.
young starlets, they one day when they're a little bit older, they're going to look back at the times like, "Ooh, was that me?" You know,
Oh, I
and,
know.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. And,
Yeah,
you
I know.
and-
I mean, like that's this age though, but I think one day they'll look back and they'll think it was absolutely fantastic. And you know, if nothing else, it's a keepsake and it's an experience and it's a learning experience. So
yeah, Sway,
I'm
you mean
happy to do it.
that's
Appreciate it.
fantastic. You
Happy
mean
to
like
do it.
someday when they're rocking over there at the amphitheaters in Augustine,
Hopefully.
when
Remember
it's going to
back
be
to
like
when it all
them
started.
rocking the show out there? Is that what
Yeah.
you're referring to?
That is what I'm referring to.
Mike,
These girls
Mike,
are that
Mike
talented
has
too.
some really big
Trust
plans
me.
here. for
Bailey
sure.
has quite the voice. I know. Her and
Oh my
Sophia,
gosh.
when they have
Oh, man.
sleepovers, they are just like singing
I
all
think-
over my house.
So wait a minute, hold it. So so are you friends outside of? Like you
Oh,
guys
yeah,
knew?
they're
Oh, I didn't
classmates.
know that. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Of
I missed that
course.
whole part. That's so
Yeah.
exciting, guys.
They're classmates and they're
Yeah,
best
they
friends.
subdued you in the radio station at the moment, but when they're
They
on
really are.
stage, they definitely open up and show us the.
Oh, no, yes.
That they do. That they do.
Fireworks.
So
That
wait,
they
so
do.
what's going to happen with all your little friends at school? They find out that you're like this local star
Stars,
now on the
local
radio and
star,
stuff.
been on the
What I mean,
radio.
that's going to be
You're on
interesting,
YouTube.
right?
Go ahead, say that now.
I don't think any of them listen to the radio.
Yeah, but the nice thing is, remember we can record it and then we can.
I got an idea.
You
we'll
know, this
blast
is-
it over the school.
Oh yeah, that's what we're
The
gonna do.
intercom
We're gonna
system.
record this and then we're gonna
Love it.
blast it over the intercom.
Yes,
Thanks
for that
yes,
idea,
yes,
Sophia.
yes,
I
yes.
want to do that though.
I don't know. Because I know you don't want me to.
I
You know,
guess
you-
it's possible they could be listening to us on StAugustineRadio.com.
Oh yeah,
True.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I gotta tell you, this is the beauty of children and young people. They speak out of their heart. Like she said the truth. They don't listen to the radio. Tell
we're
me if
gonna
that's not
make
the
them
truth
listen to
these
it.
days, right?
You know what we're gonna do? Most of them have got cell phones, don't they?
Yes.
So
yes,
they've got
yes.
cell phones. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell everybody they've got to download an app. And there's an app called St. Augustine, the app.
Yes.
And on there is WSOS. Is one of the radio stations on the app. So they can listen every week or whenever to WSOS.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And they can listen to it wherever they are.
Woo!
And
So-
you know what? Maybe they can just replay over and over and
Over
over,
and
your
over and over.
song.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, okay, I'm being kicked out by Sophia, guys. Sorry.
Okay, well,
She's like, "Get
Sophia,
outta here."
no, you know why? Because Sophia read the script and she knows that we're running over the time, and that's a good cue, sweetie. Thank you so much because we have to get into the second section here.
All right.
Because
Ready
we're
to
not
go?
going to have time for Angel Sirens if we, Mike, we're going to need like 2 hours for the show. This
Yeah.
is a 1 hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already 7:38. We're blowing through all of this. This is unbelievable.
I
But,
know,
um,
I know.
But since you already played the commercial, we don't have to do that again.
Sure.
Mike and I can just go really quickly, and we're going to play some catch up here, and that's good because what we were talking about right now is the meat and potatoes of this thing. So the script can get we can kind of
Because what we've done is we've got a script, and part of this is for the artist to learn how you do a radio script, and you try and
That's
follow
right.
the time cues. So we've got a format that they are working, and
Yes.
actually Mike and I are the guys that's messing it up.
Yeah, we're messing it up. You guys are doing
And me.
great. But,
and Sway, yeah, it's all
I'm always
Sway's fault.
messing things up. I
But
But that's a
totally follow
good
the
point,
rules.
Mike. Yes, and that's a good point because what we're doing here is not only that you're learning over there at Jam-Ology, but by doing the show and following the script, we're teaching these young people and adults how to put the show
format.
together because someday, like Mom, that had a show here for about 5 years, you might be running a show here someday, all of y'all. But and speaking of that, in the second half of the show, we wanted to talk a little bit about. Well, first of all, remember that if you guys want any information about Jam-Ology, feel free to call 904-295-3945. You can talk to Mike, make an appointment to come down and look at the facilities. We're located right here in St. Augustine at 69. Help me here, Mike. It's 69 South Dixie Highway.
Dixie Highway.
69 South Dixie Highway, Suite A.
Correct.
So it's not 69A South Dixie Highway. It's 69 South Dixie Highway, Suite A in St. Augustine.
Just a little north of where South Dixie Highway crosses 207.
207,
Correct.
exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's a
That's
little,
the best
little.
marker.
It looks like a little
Best
strip
marker.
mall type thing, but you'll see Jam-Ology there. But you can call Mike at 904-295-3945. You can also go to our website, which is www.jam-ology.com. We also have a Facebook page, which we can, you guys can go look at the videos.
That's
we
it.
have a YouTube page,
Yeah,
all
it's
that
called
good stuff.
Jam
Social media
Ology.
galore.
Excellent.
No, super. And thanks, Mike. So as you say, we're going to be heading into our second part, and we also want to introduce some of our new young artists that we're going to bring to the desk over here to come and be interviewed and play their song.
Right. And what we're going to do is while you guys switch over and have Angels.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, girls. You guys were great.
You were awesome on your first radio show.
Thank you.
Sway, you're a professional. I can tell you've been doing this. You're hired. And while we're doing the switch over, I just want to let you guys know that Jam-Ology is not just for kids, but we have this program is available for adults, people of all ages, just like Mike was talking about. That's what we're going to talk a little bit here while we get ready for Angel Sirens, which is our third act of the day. And I just wanted to touch bases really quick as we're jamming along here, as the word says. Mike, tell us about the ages and the summer camps and all that good stuff for
Okay.
adults.
Yeah, so what we do is we run a summer camp, but throughout the year we have our jam club, and basically anywhere from the age of 7 to 70 plus can become a member of the jam club. We invite people to come in, and we form a band, and a lot of people have never ever picked up an instrument in their life before. They've always had this sort of, I would love to, and I don't know how to. So we have all levels of ability or inability or disability that can be part of what we do. And so we work with teenagers, young kids, families, as well as the forever young.
That's awesome. I was just going to say really quick, for example, I'm going to give you an example of some of the things we're going to do is at Villages of Siloy, right, which is a 55-plus community, they've been asking and begging to have some kind of a musical program. You know, like folks, you should see how talented these people are at Villages of Siloy. They are musicians, they play instruments, they sing, and they need a place to do these things. And so when I found Jam-Ology, I thought, man, we're going to create this program. And Kathy, check this out. It's called Be a Star, where now that you're retired and you have see what happens when you grow up. You know instruments, you know how to sing and stuff, but then you get busy with life.
Certainly.
Work
You're
gets in the
working,
way.
you're working,
Yep.
you got
Gotta feed
kids,
yourself, gotta feed the kids.
feed the kids,
Yep.
and then you get busy, and all of a sudden, what happened to the musical career, right? So then now you fast forward a few years, only a few years, and then now you're retired. So you got time now. And so we're going to come up with a program, and we're actually working on it right now, where the folks can come out and record and do the same like thing that the kids are doing, where you're going to record songs, compose, make videos, sit in one of our acting classes. We also teach acting, vocal training, voice training, which I do myself. Thankfully, I can still do that. And as Mike was saying, you become part of the Jam Club membership that gives you access to all the recording equipment, the facilities, and all of it is right here in St. Augustine. You don't have to go far. It's so close. And then now we're on WSOS 103.9. What an amazing thing. Mike wants to talk a little bit too. We got open mic nights coming up.
Yeah, what we do is we want people to feel comfortable on stage in front of an audience. So we take them through the journey of performing in-house at the Jam Club, at Jam-Ology, in front of a small audience. And then the next step is we take them to the downtown and to one of the music venues where they then get the opportunity to play to an audience that may never ever have heard, or might never have heard them before. And then the next step is to a music festival, or to like the amphitheater. So we put you in the in a safe environment, and then we just take it to the next step and to the next step. And so,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Well, Mike, I think what we could do is, because we're live and we used up a lot of our time. I know you were also going to talk about other opportunities for adults, which include, the corporate bonding camps, schools, churches. If you got a community or a school or a church that you want to incorporate a program like this, again, give us a call at 904-295-3945. But I'm just kind of curious, before we get into Angel Sirens, you were telling me about this, what did you call it, corporate bonding, or what did you call it?
What we were doing previously is we invite companies to send their staff to a little workshop. And that workshop can be a 2 or 3 day workshop, or we can structure it however it works for them. And we then take their staff and put them into different bands together, and then they go in exactly the same creative process as what like these young ladies have done. But invariably what I do is I ask the HR to give me those people that are in conflict with each other. And we then put them in a band together, and they've now got to work together, decide on the structure, the appearance, the branding, and all of a sudden we need to cooperate and coordinate together, because we don't want to look silly on that stage or on that video. And where they walked in at the start of the workshop, where they are indifferent and awkward, to at the end of it, they've got their arm around each other and buying each other a pint at the end of the day. And
Wow.
It works because segregation, ageism, sexism, all of those negative things are put to the side, and all of a sudden everybody sees everybody, because when you are sitting there and you creating something, the you has to be present.
Yes.
When you are performing, the you has to be present. So all that this does is it peels away those layers, and everybody starts looking at each other and seeing the good within each other. So corporate,
Wow, that's fantastic.
But the other thing is that's fun is when you come in and you do that, we can record the song that you could then, for the company, use it on your social media or use it as a jingle when you want to come and advertise, for example, at WSOS. You can create your own jingle, your own song that can be aired and or shared on the social media platforms. And then we do that for churches, youth groups, football teams,
Wow.
anywhere where you can put together a group of people, because once they start collaborating, that's when the magic happens.
That's beautiful, Mike. When you first told me about that, and Kathy, I mean, come on, right? I've never
Sure.
even thought about this corporate thing, and I mean, what a fantastic way to just get companies to perform better. And nowadays, with all these difficulties we're having, hey, that's going to take off a lot of pressure off of people. And
Yeah, I think
think
it's
it's
a really
fantastic.
great idea. It really puts me in mind. Way back in the day, you used to see educational movies about this Outward Bound program where you'd have to get over a 10-foot wall, and you all
Yeah.
have to work together to do it.
yes,
That's
yes,
it.
I
And it
remember.
might be people who weren't always used to really working together.
Yeah.
It really puts me
This-
in mind of that.
I-
Oh,
truth
that's
be
great.
told-
That's true.
Yeah, this process. I've always been into team building. I've been employed by blue chip corporates. I've found that this format is one of the best formats for team building, for team spirit.
Wow.
Because when you are around that
amazing.
hub and you're now wired in and you now have to be real and be you, that's when all those layers and all those indifferences peel away.
Wow, that's great, Mike. And I got to tell you, I never even thought about it, but I can see this becoming a really big part of Jam-Ology, and how exciting that whole concept is. But I'll tell you what's exciting, and I can't wait for this, but let's go ahead and go right into our latest summer camp, okay? It was the third summer camp at Jam-Ology. It just took place last week. I was there. I saw the graduation. It was unbelievable what that whole event was. So why don't you tell us who these beautiful performers are?
Well, we have at the microphone, we've got the two sisters, Brianna and Maya, and both of them are very accomplished little musicians.
Tell me about
The
it.
parents, and Mike's also here this evening with us, the dad. We are so appreciative when the parents really get behind helping their kids, and both of them do take lessons and so on. And so from a very structured environment to having to do lessons to all of a sudden they came to the summer camp. and they came to this creative space where they could be crazy. And to be honest, Maya can be a bit crazy. I did, but in the best way possible. And it was such fun having them.
That
and
is
seeing
laughing right
Brianna.
now.
Brianna initially would observe. She's the older sister, and she would just observe what's going on. And every now and then, she let that little hat slip a little bit, and the crazy in her came out too. And we've got it on film and photographs. But yeah, we've got Brianna and Maya here, and then alongside them is Mad Dog, who was, as I said, instrumental in all 3 songs. So we're going to first ask Maya, who's rolling her eyebrows at me at the moment, to tell us a little bit about her experience and what her thoughts were about the week and the song, and what the song is about that you girls created. What was it?
Hi, my name is Maya, and I loved how everyone got along all the time.
You girls were all mostly, a lot of you had met for the first time. I think you girls had never met any of the other
Wow.
girls previously. And it was one of those where it was a week of all of a sudden you got these 7 young ladies. The youngest was 7, and the oldest was Brianna. Were you the oldest? Yep. And you're 12. And usually when between 7 and 12, there can be quite a difference. But Brianna was very understanding and patient, but they had a lot of fun. But as you said, they all got along so well together because we give you creative space. It is structured. We have things that we've got to get through, but we let you go wild and crazy within those frameworks. But Maya, what else did you girls get up to in that week?
We also started making songs and started adding the instruments, which is really fun.
That's awesome.
And Brianna, what was your take on the week?
So first we started making the song and like designing what we would write the song about, and then we kind of like wrote like some of the words that we might use, some of the words that we would use on like a big sheet of paper, and then we kind of just like started like adding instruments and tuning and chords and all that fun stuff.
Well, of the week,
That's
what
great.
was there a moment, or what was that which we did that for you was sort of a bit more memorable than some of the other things you might have done? What sort of made you giggle and laugh, or what resonated with you?
I think that when we did the choreography,
Uh-huh.
when we had to go up on stage and all the other kids would like copy us, and with
Uh-huh.
like when we did our dance moves.
Because what we taught
That's
them was
great.
that in order to be an artist, you got to dance, you got to act, and you got to sing.
That's
And the
right.
sing can be playing an instrument or singing or both, but primarily you got to know how to move. So each one of you had the opportunity to be the choreographer, and then also then to be part of the troupe. So sitting alongside you is one of the best choreographers in town,
Wow.
and
I know.
that's Mad Dog. And Maddie, if you just let us know what it is that inspires you to be so, what's the right word? I'm trying to think.
She sounds very involved in multiple platforms.
She's just everywhere. I mean, you know, and so, well, tell us about the graduation day when you guys had to choose between using the recording versus playing live, because that was a huge deal. And
Yeah.
Mike, after she does that, we're going to hear the song so people know exactly what we're talking about. Tell us about that.
So we chose to just do it live, not with the recording, because then we wouldn't have to go with the tempo. We would follow the drums and the guitar.
Because previously we would, in order to assist them, because they're doing all of this in a very short time, we would record the track and they would play along with the track. They'd be playing their instruments
right.
so they could keep their timing and not forget their lyrics and so on. And we just decided the last minute, like, to hang with the track, we're going to do it straight live.
Right. And the
So-
girls decided that. You guys gave them the
Yeah, we
choice.
said,
You
would you?
didn't
And I
say
said, yep.
one or another, right? You decided that you wanted to do this live. And I tell you, I didn't know they were going to do it. So I showed up for the graduation day and heard him live. And I just could not believe it. And I bet you Papa Mike was so proud of that, and all of them. And Mike, tell us a little bit before we get into the song.
Sorry, this is confusing in the studio. There's 3 mics in the studio.
Oh gosh,
at the
yeah.
moment.
There's
Yeah,
wait.
this
I'm,
is
well,
Papa
I'm 3D
Mike.
Mike.
Papa
Hold it,
Mike.
hold
I
it.
got
I'm
a new
3D
name now.
Mike. You're Mike
And
C.
I'm Brianna, Maya's dad, and I think it's been described very well, having the aspect of being creative. That stands out tremendously. For Brianna and I have had piano lessons over the past few years, and this has given them the opportunity to spread their wings and just fly. And I'm really excited to continue on with the opportunity to be a part of Jam-Ology and see where they go from here. It's going to be
We
great.
really appreciate it, Mike. You
Thank
guys
you.
are great parents for the kids.
You were awesome, Mike, and I tell you, so proud that you're doing this. Why don't we hear this beautiful song that's going to move your heart, which is about animals and how you love your animals and
What
all
was
of
the
that.
song about? Do you want a quick say there? Let Brianna tell us, what was the song about?
It was mostly about our love for animals and how they're kind of like us in like different ways.
Yeah, because you guys had to choose a topic, and then you all agreed that this is it. And then we had photographs of you with your own animals that we put on the video. So you got to check out the video. It's really, really cute.
Yeah, go to our YouTube channel and look at it. All right, Kathy,
Cool.
send us there.
Let's hear Just Like Us from Angel Sirens.
All the different animals help in many ways. We need them in our lives to feel okay. Brighten up our lonely days so the sadness goes away. The love they have will take your breath away. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. So see them as we do. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like me and you. Dogs have the power to make us laugh out loud, chasing their tails in puddles on the ground. Cozy up with your pal on a dark and rainy day. Know that they will never let you down, never let you down. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. So see them as we do. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like me and you. Some service animals can help the deaf and blind. They are always loving and they're kind. Some dogs get trained to help the lost to be found. Some risk their life to fight crime. They help us here, they help us there, they help us everywhere. They help us here, they help us there, they help us everywhere. They help us here, they help us there, they help us everywhere. They help us here, they help us there, they help us everywhere. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. So see them as we do. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like me and you. Just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. So see them as we do. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like us. They're just like me and you.
Hey, everybody, on 103.9 WSOS, you just heard music from Jam-Ology's third summer camp, the Angel Sirens. It was just like us. How wonderful!
That was really something.
I love that song.
These ladies did such a great job. You guys were talking about video aspects that went along with your musical productions. You were talking about events that were coming up. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, we there was an inquiry, and they've asked us to do another summer camp, which is the week of the 17th to the 21st of August. So if anybody's interested, give us a call. We'd love to have you come to the summer camp. And throughout the year, we're going to be doing quite a few things. COVID has slowed things just a bit down, but we're doing everything in a safe and a controlled environment. And we just we've got to rein ourselves in, because we all want to get out there and do things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I got to tell you, I am so excited that we had our first show tonight. I'm so thankful to everybody coming in here, the girls, the parents. Kathy, thanks for being here and supporting us. I also want to give a little shout out to Kevin and Karen for making this opportunity also available, and the folks over at Villages of Siloy. And we want to thank you guys for being here for the past 60 minutes or 60 plus, whatever that ends up being. It's been an absolute pleasure having the first show here. We're going to be back in 2 weeks, which is August 20th, which is actually going to be in the middle of the camp. In the middle of the camp. So the next camp, we're going to be here that Thursday night before graduation.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be August the 20th at 7 p.m. right here at WSOS. And that's going to be for the Jam-Ology radio show. Thank you very much, everybody.
Villages of Siloy quietly awaits your discovery. Our 55-plus community offers a unique collection of condos and a generous list of amenities, including our 3,000-square-foot clubhouse, nature trails, and a heated swimming pool. Just minutes away are outlet malls, local entertainment, the beach, and the downtown historic district. Discover why we are St. Augustine's true hidden treasure. You've got to see it to believe it. Schedule your own private tour today.
Visit villagesofsiloy.com. That's villagesofsiloy.com.
St. John.